Good morning children, how are you all? Hope all you are fine. And for class 5 children today it is day 14. Yes, and for class 5 children today it is day 14. Yes, and social subject we are, I am going to continue the same lesson, major landforms. I already introduced about the lesson yesterday. Yes, so what are the major landforms children? Already I said you yesterday. Okay, and on the earth there are some major landforms. Okay, and our earth is made up of land and water. 29% of the earth is covered with land and 71% of the earth is covered with water. Okay, now there are 5 major landforms on the earth, that is mountains, plateaus, plains, deserts and rivers. Okay, the 5 major landforms of on the earth is mountains, plateaus, plains, desert, rivers. Okay, now first I tell you about mountains. Mountains, what are mountains children? What are mountains? The high land areas are called to be as mountains, the high hills. Okay, high land areas are called to be as mountains. Yes, now mountains are in conical shape. Okay, mountains are conical in shape. Okay, mountains rises more than 900 meters above the sea level. Mountains are raised. Okay, mountains which rises more than 900 meters. Mountains will rise more than 900 meters. It means above the sea level. Yes, next it is featured with peaks and steep slopes. Okay, mountains are featured with peaks and steep slopes. Yes, it will be having slopes. Yes, so what is the highest peak in the world children? Mount Everest is the highest peak in the world. Okay, next 20% of the earth is covered with mountains. Mountains are covered 20% on the land area. 20% of the land area is covered with mountains. Yes, next plateaus. What are plateaus children? Flat land, okay, or table land are called to be as plateaus. Okay, it is highland with a flat top called tableland. Plateaus are highland with a flat top called tableland. Okay, and mostly in the plateaus, if you see plateaus, on the plateaus mostly it will be grass. Yes, grass, and we will see grass. It means we can, it is very good for the vegetation. Okay, we can grow vegetables, crops. Okay, so it is a good place for farming. And next, plateaus. So Tibetan is the highest plateau in the world. Tibetan is the highest plateau in the world. And next, some rivers in India like Mahanandi, Godavari, Krishna and Kaveri flow through Deccan Plateau. So in India we have Deccan Plateau, right? So mostly rivers are also flow in the plateaus, that are Mahanandi, Godavari, Krishna and Kaveri flow through Deccan Plateau. In India, Mahanandi, Godavari, Krishna, Kaveri will flow in the Deccan Plateau. Okay, now next plains. What are plains children? Plains are nothing but as flat or low lands are called to be as plains. Yes, plains are a flat and low lying land are called to be as plains. A flat or low lying lands are called to be as plains. Okay, next, most of the plains having rivers. Yes, most of the plains having rivers, and example is Northern Plain. Okay, Northern Plain in India. Okay, so in the plains we will see mostly rivers will originate in the plains. Rivers are originated from the plains, especially from the northern plain. Okay, next, rivers carry sand and silt. Rivers like Indus, Ganga, Yamuna, all these rivers Okay, so when the rivers are flowing, they also carry sand and silt, okay, which is used to grow the crops, okay, to make the land fertile. Okay, so to make the soil fertile, so we will use this sand and silt. The silt and sand carried by the rivers, flowed by the rivers, are used to make the agricultural fields fertile. And next, many ancient civilizations have started on the river banks. Okay, so ancient civilizations means many cultures, many cultures and civilizations were started from the bank of the rivers. Yes, see, many ancient civilizations have started on the river banks. Okay, next example, Indus Valley civilization. So Indus Valley civilization was developed in the bank of the river Indus. So Indus is one of the river in the Himalayas. Yes, so Indus Valley civilization are also developed in the river bank of Indus. Okay, and next, deserts. What are deserts, children? Deserts are totally covered with sand. Okay, it is very hot place. Yes, so deserts receive little rainfall and are barriers. So deserts will receive less rainfall. Yes, so it is very less there, the rainfall is very less in the desert areas. Okay, next, it is very difficult to grow crops, vegetables. Okay, less in vegetation. In desert areas, it is very difficult to grow crops and vegetables. Okay, so it has less vegetation. Next, daytime it is in the desert. Daytime is hot, and the nighttime it is very cool. Okay, and next, western part of the continent. Okay, so mostly these deserts are located in the western part of the continents. Mostly these deserts are situated in the western part of the continents. Yes, so western part of the continents. Next, so some of the the main important deserts on the world are the Tara desert and the Arabian desert in Asia. Yes, Tara desert and Arabian desert are situated in Asia continent. Okay, and next, Sahara and Kalahari in Africa. Sahara desert and Kalahari desert are in Africa. Okay, next, the Great Victoria, the Great Victoria and the other is in Australia. Okay, next, the Patagonia and the Atacama in the South America. So the Patagonia and the Atacama deserts are in South America. Yes, next, so these are the deserts in the world. All these are the deserts in the world. Next, next, this is about deserts. Okay, next, rivers. What are rivers, children? What are rivers? So rivers will flow from the mountains. Okay, so from the ice melted on the mountains. On the mountains there will be an ice like Himalayas. If for example Himalayas having ice and snow on the mountains. When ice and that snow gets melted, automatically that melted snow will forms into water. Yes, that water will flow in between the mountains. So we call that flow as a glacier. Yes, we call that flow of water as a glacier. See here, these are the natural channels that carry rainwater. Okay, not only the snow melted from the mountains and also the rainwater. Okay, rivers carry the rainwater. These are the natural channels that carry rainwater. These are the natural channels that carry rainwater. Water formed by melted ice and snow from the mountains down the hill plains. okay, and also not only from the rainfall, and also from the water formed by the melted ice and snow from the mountains down the hill plains, yes, or also form our rivers, okay. So the channels flow in stream and then join together to form our river, okay. The channels flow in streams and then join together to form a rivers, okay. So these rivers are the natural channels. So these channels flow in streams and then join together to form a river, okay. Next, the 3 stages before it flow in a sea, okay. So where at last where this river water is going to where this river water will go, at last it goes to the seas, yes. It flows from mountains to the plateaus, plateaus to the plains, and from plains to at last it is going to at last the river water is going to move to the seas, okay. So before going to that, there are 3 stages before going to the sea, before the river water, before going to the sea, there are 3 stages. That 3 stages are the upper or younger course. First one is the upper or the younger course, and the second one is the middle or mature course. The second one is the middle or mature course, and the third one is older or lower course. The third one is lower or older course. If you open the textbook, it is clearly it was written. See children, open page number, yes, open page number 237, okay. Here it is mentioned clearly. First, the upper or the younger course. Most rivers originate in the mountains. Here the speed of the river is very fast, okay. So most rivers originated in the mountains. Mostly rivers are originated from the mountains, yes. Here the speed of the river is very fast in the upper course, yes, in the upper course or the younger course. Here the flow of the river is very speed, okay. The river cuts a deep and narrow channels in the mountains. Some features of the upper course are canyons, waterfalls and rapids. So the flow of the features of the upper course are canyons, waterfalls and rapids. Rapids are nothing but as a part of the river where the water flows very fast over rocks. Even from the rocks also the water is going to move very fastly, yes. Or if you in the upper course, the water is going to flow very speed, okay. And the next one is the middle or the mature course. The next one is middle or the mature course. The middle course of the rivers begins when it leaves the mountains and enters the plains, okay. Here the valley widens. At this stage the speed of the water decreases and the river develops loops which are called meanders, yes. So here compared to the upper course, the middle course, yes. So here the water speed is going to decrease, okay. This is called meanders. Next, river Ganga, for example, has a meandering course between Pragyaraj and Varanasi, okay. It has mean course between Pragyaraj and Prayaraj and Varanasi, okay. Next, the lower or the old course. In its lower course, the river joins a bigger water body such as a sea, okay. In its lower course, the river joins a bigger water body. It means at last it is going to join in the sea, yes. In this course, the speed of the river is very slow, okay. At last, it means this is the last stage of the river flow. At last the speed of the water is very slow, okay. Next, the river deposits the silt it carries near the mouths, forming a triangular shaped land called delta. The large delta in the world is formed by the Ganga and the Brahmaputra rivers. before they join the Bay of Bengal. Find out its names. Yes, rivers from meanders in the middle course. Yes, so biggest is from Ganga and Brahmaputra. Biggest lower or older course is in Ganga and Brahmaputra. At last, from Ganga and Brahmaputra, it is going to flow in. It is going to join with Bay of Bengal. Bay of Bengal, the sea, Bay of Bengal. Okay, so this is about today's class. Hope all you have understand this lesson. Mainly you have to remember we have 5 major landforms, that is mountains, plateaus, plains, deserts and rivers. Okay, and 21% and our earth is made up of land and water. Okay, 29% of the earth is covered with land and 71% of the earth is covered with water. Okay, in that 29% of the land, there are 5 major landforms, that is mountains, plateaus, plains, deserts and rivers. Okay, in brief I just explained you. Okay, hope all you have understand, and once again open the textbook and go through the lesson. Okay, take care children.